Sai Ram. On the 2nd November 2024, as the whole world celebrated the festival of Diwali, the festival of lights, the night sky was flooded with thousands and thousands of fireworks. But amidst all those fireworks in India, there was one bright shining light that went heavenwards higher than all the other fireworks that had been sent up. This light went straight up to the lotus feet of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and rested in peace over there. The bright light that I am referring to is the soul of dear brother R Srinivasan, also lovingly called Namaji because of that trademark red line that he always wore on his forehead. At a very young age, in the beginning of his 50s, this dear soul merged into the Lord. Namaji had worked all his life in the ashram at Prashantinilayam ever since he graduated from the MBA course of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in 1998. Dear brothers and sisters, when we go and admire any architectural wonder, say the Taj Mahal, millions of visitors visit the Taj Mahal daily and take photographs. Everyone admires the architecture and the wonder that that building is. How many pause and reflect upon the magnificent foundation on which it is standing? And yet, every photograph that captures the grandeur and glory of the Taj Mahal inevitably also silently speaks about the magnificence of the foundation on which it stands. Namaji was one such foundation for everybody who came in touch with him in his life, for every project that came in touch with him in his life. Silently working in the background, supporting marvelous superstructures that people around the world continue to admire. There is a Hindi song that goes, Madhuvan khushbu deta hai, sagar savan deta hai. Meaning, the garden lends fragrance, the ocean gives us the monsoons. जीना उसका जीना है जो औरों को जीवन देता है. That life is truly a life which breathes life into others. Dear brothers and sisters, the reason that I am speaking about Namaji today is on behalf of the student community, on behalf of all the beings who have been touched by this humble, kind, sweet, wonderful human being. It is not just a tribute that we are paying to him. It is an inspiration that will surely teach us how to lead our lives in the most fulfilling manner. Swami often says that the ultimate goal of human life, self-realization, is a mansion that is built on the foundation of self-confidence. It is constructed with the walls of self-satisfaction and the roof of self-sacrifice. Namaji was an epitome of all these: self-confidence, self-satisfaction and self-sacrifice, and that is the reason why we all feel that he definitely achieved self-realization. Self-confidence. Namaji created history in the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning by being the first person to achieve the perfect score, the perfect combined GPA of 5, as he won the gold medal and received it from Bhagawan's hands. I think that record stands even to this day. As far as my knowledge goes, he is the only person to have achieved this perfect score. And he did this without studying for hours at the end, because he already knew all of this stuff, and once he heard something, it registered. He never bought textbooks. His cupboard was never loaded with textbooks. He always would borrow a few books from the library, use them for a few hours, and the library would get built in his head over here. This genius was in fact very, very sick on the day of the convocation when he was to receive his gold medal from Swami. He had to literally be carried to the mandir, and yet he went and humbly sat at the lotus feet. I think that it was his attitude that I can't stand in front of Swami. He is the Lord and I am his humble servant. I will always sit. It is possibly for that reason that at the level of the soul, he took on that illness so that he can humbly sit at the lotus feet and receive this gold medal around his neck. After that, he had decided to serve Swami, and so he waited. He waited for months till Swami gave him a job in the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, and once he got that, he went about revolutionizing everything. The whole ashram was run very manually back then, 1999 and 2000. It was Namaji who began the process of automation. He had the IT and computer background and he used that to the fullest extent in serving the Lord. He was extremely satisfied. He craved for no recognition. He craved for no power. He craved for no wealth. Nothing he craved for. He just craved for a place in Swami's heart, and he gave his all. The entire ashram accounts and finances were automated by Namaji. He also built an accommodation software. That apart, the ERP implementation at the Sathya Sai Bhakta Sahayak Sangh and the Sathya Sai Books and Publication Trust were supervised by Namaji. He was like a one-man army silently working in the background. In fact, Brother Satyajit fondly recalls how they sat ideating for a website for the ashram, and Namaji, with his unique and typical sense of humor, he had remarked, "We are possibly the only guys in the world contemplating on a website in a place which doesn't have internet connectivity." Yes, that was the situation back in 2000, and the first website of the ashram also was implemented and executed by Namaji. Namaji was an extremely confident being. An epitome of sacrifice he was. Brothers Nitin Acharya and Satyajit, who were both his classmates, recall how they had to form a kind of a wall around Namaji because that is the number of people who came to seek his help and advice in completing their MBA projects. So many MBA projects got completed solely because of this being's kindness, love, sacrifice and helping nature. He never viewed anyone as competition. He was like a perfection in academics. Nobody was there as a competition at all for him, and therefore he openly helped and supported everyone in completing their projects. In fact, Dr. Sridhar, a veterinary doctor who was also his classmate, recalls with a lot of fondness in his heart how Namaji was the person who rescued him in completing his MIS or Management Information Systems project that he had no clue about. In the night, he goes to Namaji and he tells him that, "I don't know, brother, what to do. I am totally at loss. I just can't do this at all. I need your help." And Namaji tells him, "There are 2 other projects in queue already. You'll have to get into the queue." "Oh God, but the submission is tomorrow. What do I do?" And Namaji tells him, "You go and sleep peacefully. Tomorrow morning it will be done." And with complete confidence and faith in Namaji, Dr. Sridhar went and slept. And true to his word, early in the morning at 6 a.m. when he woke up, he saw that the project was completed and placed there. The whole night Namaji had kept awake, completing projects for others. This man, he shone so brightly in the background. He has been the foundation of so many Taj Mahals, so many mansions that are openly and publicly appreciated and admired. And when I say all of these brothers and sisters, Namaji had already had this confidence, satisfaction and sacrifice even before he came to Swami's college in 1996. You see, he had one which he dedicated it in serving Swami by serving all his classmates. He had one heart that was pledged to Swami and Swami alone. But dear brothers and sisters, he also had only one kidney because he had donated his other kidney for his sister. And Swami's heart swelled with so much joy and pride that on numerous occasions, dozens if not hundreds of occasions, Swami has shared about Namaji in the portico to VIPs, to guests, to students, to devotees alike, about what true sacrifice is. Without the slightest selfish intent, absolutely selflessly, this boy has given up his kidney at such a young age. Yes, his sister survived because of the kidney that was donated by Namaji. Of course, she passed away, and that is another aspect of Namaji's devotion to Swami. He constantly faced so many tragedies in life that nobody knew of, because there was always a smile on his face, a radiance that emanated from him. And anybody who went into his ambit came out feeling calmer, wiser, and happier. I have had just a couple of occasions when I spoke to him and I felt so good. But I feel I know him so well because of reading his blog. Oh my God, just read his blog, The Reflections of the Riverside Walker. It is there at this link above, and you will see the simplicity of the man, the genius of the man, the humility of the man, the love of the man, the dedication of the man, and the awesomeness of this man. He had a brother as well, a brilliant brother. I'm saying had because unfortunately his brother passed away in a road accident. Tragic it was. And Namaji and his parents took it in their stride. The sister, as I said, on that kidney that he had donated, she lasted for as long as she could, and then she too breathed her last. And these tragedies, hats off to this brother and the parents who took it. Many people start criticizing God and even desert God at tragedies that are 1/100th of this magnitude. And here was this family, the great parents and the noble son, holding on firmly with absolute equanimity, peace, and joy. Such an inspiration to witness this. And when his colleagues and those close to him told him that they would pray to Swami that his burdens be reduced, he said, No. Swami is giving everything for my good with the utmost love. Don't pray in such a manner for me. I will also never pray in that way. And that is the reason Brother Satyajit recalls that whenever, on rare occasions, that Namaji ever sent a letter to Swami, Swami would read it immediately and respond immediately at a physical level, sending Vibhuti for him. Just as a devotee serves the Lord with all the heart, the Lord too serves the devotee and embraces him. This was the unique love and relationship that exists between Namaji and Swamiji. I am sure that it is because of people and souls like Namaji that on the Central Trust Day, the 2nd September 2007, when Swami got up to deliver his discourse, he said this.
Ma Vidyat Pavitra Hrudayalu.
Our students have sacred hearts.
Nirmala Chittalu.
They got pure mind.
Niswartha Hrudayalu.
They are selfless.
Nirahankara Priyudu.
They are egoless.
స్వార్థమన్నది వారి చెంతకు ఏమాత్రం కూడా చేరటం లేదు.
There is no place for selfishness in their lives.
నిరపరాధులు కూడాను.
They don't commit any mistake. They are totally free from all mistakes.
ఏదో కొంతమంది కొన్ని తప్పులు చేయవచ్చును.
However, a few may commit mistakes.
కానీ అవి వారికి వారే తిరిగి సవరించుకుంటున్నారు.
However, they correct and rectify their own mistakes.
కనుక విద్యార్థులే మా సెంట్రల్ ట్రస్ట్.
Therefore, the Central Trust means our students only.
What a blessing it is to have been considered as the central point of Swami's trust. Dear brothers and sisters, on this day, having lost their 3rd child also, I really wonder what kind of metal are the parents of Namaji made of. They lovingly offered all their 3 children to Swami, and they continue to serve in the ashram at Prashantinilayam. Even as I think of Brother Namaji, R Srinivasan, my eyes well up in tears. These are tears which are mixed. They are tears of joy because I got the opportunity to witness a life like this, the ideal life, the perfect life, a life based on confidence, satisfaction and sacrifice. And there are also tears because sometimes it just feels that the world requires not one Namaji but a million such Namajis. That is how the golden age will come, through such beings of humility, love, peace and joy, who always just work in the background because they are so selfless. Dear brothers and sisters, many of you might not have known Namaji because Namaji was a person like that. But all of us must know him today because that is the kind of life we must all aspire to lead. A life that is spent with a smile on the face. He passed away because his body took multiple blows, right? From the COVID blows. After that, living on only one kidney, he had to go for regular dialysis for almost 3 years on the end. And yet, none of that affected his work or his life, which he continued with a smile. That equanimity is what takes us very close to Swami and grants us peace and happiness in life. And that is the reason I would like to pay my homage and tribute to Brother Namaji. And for those of you, dear brothers and sisters, who have had interactions with him, who have been luckier than possibly me to have talked to this being, met with him and shared experiences with him, please do share your fragrant thoughts in the comments below. I am sure that everyone will get inspired by it, and especially the parents in this very difficult situation in life where they are able to still take it with equanimity and peace. My salutations to them and my prayers that may you always have love for Swami, may your faith always be strong, may you always have the strength to face all these vicissitudes of life till you also reach the lotus feet of the Lord. And dear Swami, my prayer is that let all of us also have this kind of fortitude, equanimity and love for you till the last breath exists in us. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.